Well, it couldn't possibly be a Sunday without me being rushing around for something. I'm not going to complain, though, as I'll tell you what. Yesterday afternoon, I found myself with nothing to do. Now, obviously, I had to race last night, but went to the barn in the morning, trained a horse, but between 11 and 6, I had nothing to do, which was not a great feeling, to be honest. I don't like that feeling. Felt lost. What are you doing? Are you? Okay. I woke up this morning. Addie, of course, she has baseball today. Remember, we missed baseball last week to go on our magical journey. What a weekend.
Please stop everyone. Please stop telling everyone that I lost my glove.
Yeah, you lost your glove. So, went to go to baseball this morning, got up. I forgot all about it. Amy said, hey, don't forget about baseball. I said, oh my God, yeah. So where's it at? She gives me the directions. She says her bat's on the table. I don't know where her glove is. Addie comes in the room. I said, where's your glove? No idea. We looked everywhere and couldn't find her glove, so...
I knew one.
Yeah. Now, thankfully, baseball season's for the most part over, and all the gloves were on sale. So that glove there was $15. I just said, rather than rip the house apart looking for it, and I have no idea where it could possibly be, I'll just go and grab another glove and we'll go. So we're going to be late for baseball, of course. Have to be. It's far enough that you're going to be there at 10:38, and it's a 10:30 start. I'm sure that won't be the end of the world. It's not the World Series, but still, nevertheless. Now, I guess I'll give you just a minor update. There isn't much to update. We talked about most everything yesterday. Last night's races, I talked about them on the way home last night. You know, riding the rodeo, when you see a mile going 57-2 in the first quarter's in 27 seconds flat, you have to ask yourself if the track was a little flat. Maybe that tired her out. Maybe that played a role. But she can be pretty grabby, that filly, to begin with, too. So I can't really put all the blame on Nick's shoulders. She's been okay all season long in there, but when you look at a division, so this is a bigger conversation, but when you look at the division in Ontario, whether it be pacing fillies, pacing colts, trotting colts or fillies, it's tough. A little bit like, it reminds me a little bit of Ohio this year, where, you know, if you had horse X in the past, you could do okay with horse X, but horse X in 2025, well, that horse is a prospect horse, or an overnight horse, or a middle of the road grassroots horse. That's what horse X is. So you're left wondering, all right, what do we do? Well, we have to pivot. We have to adapt quickly, and that may mean, you know, a number, I would say at least 3 or 4 of our clients this week messaged me and just said, why don't we just move the Ontario breds, just sell them as in the middle of stake season, get what we can get for them, and focus on buying a couple of quality horses that are supposed to be. I mean, I really thought highly of Blue Rare. She's a pretty good, one of the better grassroots fillies, I believe, and is going to be a good grassroots filly for us. But even her, if she's not going to be one of the best grassroots fillies, and if there's anything that could hold her back, you know, is that something we look into also? Chicago Hall, another horse. I think it's going to play out very well for us, and very well for somebody who wants to buy him. He's going to win a couple of races here in Ohio. He's going to get up into that 4, 5, 6 win range. But the one thing that he has that is very unique that no one else has, he is almost guaranteed a spot in the Gold Final, because they only had 4, 5, 6 horse fields all year long, and he's still sitting 5th or 6th in the points. And that won't change, because nobody wants to go into that division when they could race in the grassroots division, theoretically. And although I don't think Gaslight Hall will be a factor in the Gold Final, I do think he can grab a check in a smaller field, especially if he's coming in off a couple of wins and feeling good and feeling sharp and on his toes and on his game. Yeah, that would be the type of horse I would look to buy in the fall. Anyway, it's another video, as I said last night, another video for another day. In regards to the horses, Was the filly a little bit sick yesterday? There's no indications of that. Was there any bleeding or mucus? Well, it'd be great to know, but there wasn't a scope at Kawartha Downs, so there's no way to know that. We can draw her blood as we're going to draw blood on Blue Rare and other horses tomorrow. But for right now, you just have to file it into not that impressed with last night's race. Now, we followed up her race with what was a great race, which was Perfect Thought. I was trying to think of her name. Perfect Thought raced great. You know, Corey Callahan, and I messaged him and just said, hey, nice filly. You know, again, she doesn't do her best work on the front end, but she is a very good filly. And, you know, I know Ron in the middle of the week had sent me the program proof, and on the bottom, the selections, she wasn't even in the top 3. I said, well, I don't mean to be biased or rude, but she's a layover in that field. In my mind, she is anyway. And she certainly raced like she was. You know, this affiliate was sicker last start, had 2 weeks off. You know, for sure, Megan didn't have her drilled right up tight into the ground. There was no need for it. It was a New Jersey development stake. And obviously, Megan had bigger fish to fry last night too. Congratulations to her and Scotty, and their owner on their owner Phil on the colt last night. Arden, I think that's his name, Ardon, winning the Wellwood. How cool was that? $480,000 race, and Megan won it with her own trotter that she picked out. She broke and trained down. What a beautiful horse he is too. They've done a tremendous job with that horse, and you know, I was really, really happy for them at the time. You know, again, I'm so caught up in our barn, I didn't really know if her horse had raced. I tuned in just when I got home. And he was in the post parade, so got to watch him race. Although he's obviously not a stable horse and not affiliated with us, I was excited for Scotty and Megan, so congratulations to them and Phil. So Perfect Thought was good last night. Riding the rodeo was kind of dull. I mean, I could make a bunch of excuses that may or may not be accurate, but at the end of the day, she just seemed a little flat, didn't she? And then Time Is On My Side. Well, I don't have to make excuses. He paced 15-1, 26-3 on the end of it. The whole point, the way that I looked at the race was Dan was going to leave, Little Rocket Man was going to leave. They were going to mix it up on the front end. At some point, yeah, he didn't race as good last night. You know, I think everybody expected Timmy to be on the move early with Woman Lair, right? I did, everybody else did. I didn't want to see him land down 3rd or 4th and push hard at the quarter, clear to the front, because in my mind, that would mean what happened last night was going to happen, only with Woman Lair on the front end, and I didn't want that. And as they left the gate, I just fell off the gate. I wanted to get in behind Timmy, but Aaron Merriman, he's not a stupid guy, he's a smart guy. He wanted to get in behind Timmy also, so he did the same thing I did. Just kind of hold position, fall off the gate, drop her in behind Timmy, and try to get underway early. Now, Timmy ended up second over behind Little Rocket Man. So even as you look at the race, you're thinking, this isn't bad. Little Rocket Man first over. If you had to come hard with Little Rocket Man and cleared, and then Timmy had to come with Woman Lair, now I'm 3rd over, I'm in a good spot. But as it turned out, the front end, the fractions were just not to Time Is On My Side's liking. What I mean by that is he probably wanted 26, 54, you know, a hot pace up front with a softening front end. That would be an ideal spot for Time Is On My Side to be in. Instead, if you let a horse in that division, and all those horses are good enough to win that race, if you let a horse in that division go 27, 55, and 2, it really hampers your chances to win from off the pace in there. So, what is going on here? It's a long way down this road. So, as it turns out, the trip that I wanted, that I kind of got, instead of being 3rd over, I was 4th over, behind 1, if not 2 of the horses I didn't mind following, ended up being a losing trip. There was nothing I could do about it. I couldn't outleave Brett, and if I did, Danny was going to keep pushing. It was a different race, but it just, I couldn't foresee a path to the winner's circle driving him like that. I drove him the way that I thought he should have been driven last night. As it turned out, the math up front, Chris Page just did a very, very good job putting everybody else to sleep in behind in a race that should have been a bit of a shootout, right? So it didn't work out that well. And then greatest ending last night. You know, this horse has always been an enigma for us. He's been a kind of a touchy spot in the stable, and never has he been the horse we bought him to be. From day one, he's always been present, right? Even when Mark and Melissa had him at the start, he was there. Even when we've had him, he's had points where he beat up on horses, but it wasn't the Open. And we send him over to Ontario for this pop-up series because it looked like he's a good fit for it. He was not a good fit for it at all. 8th last night. What was he was close. 52 and a piece, 26 and 3 on the end of it. But again, following speed, I'm not going to give you top marks for that. So probably race him at Grand River Raceway his next start, or Flamborough or Georgian or something. Try and get, at the very least, we'll get the rest of the money off his card if he had any left on there. And then have to make a decision with him again. I think if nothing else, he's proving that Northfield is a good spot for him. I know it was a contentious issue last year. Oh, we don't know if he's good on a half. He should be, we could send him to the Poconos. We could send him to here. We sent him almost everywhere. We didn't get him to the Poconos, but we sent him almost everywhere. And he did not excel in any of those places. So we'll look for a better place for greatest ending likely in the near future. And quite frankly, it might be a place he spent a lot of his time over the last year and a half. So I am getting to the field now. We're a little bit late, but we're here. I'm going to watch Addie try and play baseball a little bit. I'm going to soak up the sun for the rest of the day. The only concerning part I have for the whole day, Tomboy Strong's white count was still 10.1, which is high. She looks fine. Everything looks good. The veterinarian says she's cleared to race. He thinks there might be something, lingering in there, but with the way she trained, with the way she looked, I can't, in all good faith, change any of that. Where are we at and where are we going?
I think
It says Huntington 1.
Huntington.
I don't think I'm at Huntington.
I think that's a school.
Anyway, Turkey, we'll find it. They can't be here. They got to be right around here somewhere. Here they are, right here. We're here now. Take care. We'll talk to you all very soon. Shh. I'll talk to you all very soon. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Good luck to all my partners tonight. And as I said, and as Mike told me, Dr. Tessa told me, I wouldn't read too much into the blood work of Tomboy Strong. She looks fine. She is fine. She may not be 105% tonight, but she will be just fine. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Take care.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.